Good, it's working. Alright, let's start modeling the main character. Got a nice reference here. Alright, hopefully stream is pretty steady. Because I don't have a lot of things going on in the background. I'm trying to uninstall Unity because it won't install the new editor version, which pretty much happens every single time. um, there's like a new version or something. It just does this. I don't know what's wrong with it. thinking about what I should do for the eyes. Like just like normal eyes, I guess. Sort of. Not exactly normal because we want it to be like tall like this. And they also need to be this shape, which is like easy enough to cut out, but it's like when it comes to animating it, how do we want to animate the eyes? We probably just want the pupil to move separately. I just like not completely sure how I want to do the pupil. I think his head is a little too fat this way now. Yeah, it's better. And you know, I think I gotta give him some little ears. Oh no, she's yelling. Gravy, please let me stream. You can't yell at me every single time. She doesn't want me talking to other people. What the heck? I didn't even. That's not what I meant to do. I'm also thinking, you want to go pretty low poly. Like this, I'm thinking will be the probably height of detail. Oh, has it finished? It doinked. I don't see the notification anymore though. You have to alt tab to find it. Okay. Now I'm gonna uninstall Unity Hub. That was fast and easy. I'm gonna make this rounder. Mm. Cute little ear. The mouth, definitely gonna be a separate object. Don't hide them. Just make his cheeks a little fatter. Not bad, not bad. I don't need the models to be too crazy because we're gonna do a lot of post processing and textures. I'm thinking the textures will be like simple, but I want some animated textures. Because I just imagine the hat and the pattern on it kind of like moves. We can do that. We have that power. And the star, I'm definitely gonna make it an emissive texture. What's the best way to make this? I think we need just a plane. And what's the annoying part is once we actually get everything modeled, exporting it to Unity, I have had some major issues. Like, it doesn't matter if I start on the Z, Y, or whatever. Even if I export it, this is up, this is down, this is up, this is down, this is up, this is down, it will still import it backwards, like every single time. I don't understand. So we're gonna do a lot of testing before we put the bones in, because I suspect it's the bones. The bones are the problem. Oh no, she's doing it again. Maybe not a plane, but like cylinder. Oh no. Gravy. It's actually okay. It's actually okay. Can we... Can we... Wait, no, we have to... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I didn't know it was serious like that. Oh, you want to get up here? Oh, well, you can't because you keep dropping expensive electronic equipment onto the floor and breaking it permanently. And last I checked, you don't even have an income. We literally cuddled for 1 whole hour. No. No. Look at what you're doing. You're making Blue wake up. No. I have to bounce this cat like a basketball. Or she's gonna jump up here. You know, I wouldn't mind if you came up here if you didn't just walk all over the desk and break stuff, but you know, you just can't help yourself. There might be a faster way to do this, but I can't remember. And ain't that the way it goes? Great. You see the vision? I was like, well, that wasn't what I was expecting. There you go. That's more like it. There's something unorthodox about this. Why is it doing that? Well, we didn't want this anyways. We just didn't need to go all the way to the center. I mean, actually, we might still want that just for now in case we decide to, you know, change the shape a little. I want to add these because I do envision us wanting it to bend at least a little, and I think that's enough loop cuts. It's not gonna be like flowing hair. Do this. Put this owl. Scale this. It grows out more than it's growing up. And we do want to solidify it. Oh. We want to get rid of this now. So that is just going to majorly mess things up if we solidify it with that on there. Like, literally. It's going to become unusable. So spiky. So, yeah. I don't like that they changed it so you have to look up everything. Back in my day, everything was just in one place. And it wasn't even that bad. Like, decluttering is one thing, but... Oh, she's doing it again. They just, like, next level taken away ease of access. I'm actually gonna change this to red. Maybe. Or green. Or white. One of these. Because the dark, it just, like, doesn't go with anything. Maybe, like, the bottom of his shoe color, like a light purple. Because the reason I didn't make it white was because it's too close to his face, which is all white. And then I didn't make it red because I want the red to stand out on his face. And then it's also too close to his sleeves, and I didn't want it to blend in by being green, like the rest of his ruffles. So there's a lot of color dilemma. So I was like, well, I'll just make it its own color. But it's just not a very nice color. Pink, maybe? Yeah. I don't know, does this need to be smoother? It's definitely super dense now. She's doing it again. It's only what? One subdivision. Oh. It's hideous. Put that away. She's got sure a lot to say. Nah, it's too many. 12. Gravy, don't you think you're doing a lot? Wait, why am I even using a sphere? Get that out of here. We don't use spheres around here. We have cute. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's gonna load that cube. It's gonna load that cube. I was almost misled into using a sphere. When we just do that, boom. He's actually got a fairly small nose for a clown. And you know, that's like no dig or anything. You're allowed to have a small nose and be a good clown. All clown nose sizes are beautiful. I really wanted to do like a pixel art texture, but my models are not cubes, and I don't want them to be cubes. So it wasn't really working, but there might be a better way to do it. I mean, there probably is. I just don't know what it is. We need a lot of room for his cute cheeks and his mouth, and of course his face paint. It barely fit on the pixel art. So for lips, he doesn't really like need a whole mouth. Just like a teeth and lips, but I think the teeth would probably be fine. It's just like a 2D texture behind the lips. I guess we like inset it a little bit. We'll see. Because he's gonna be like frowning 99.9% of the time. And I kind of want him to have like cartoon lips that can move all over the place, so I don't actually want to mess with the geometry. I'm gonna do like this. Maybe a bit smaller. Good thickness. Because I don't want the lips to be open, because what we don't want is, you know, the top and the bottom sticking together, which could still happen. It's what weight painting's for, but just having it be open is the best way to avoid such a thing. Yeah, the problem is you just don't know how natural it's gonna sit on the face, really. Yeah, that's probably good. I could do one to be thicker. And then we'll stick it on there properly. But we do kind of want it to be its own separate thing. You know, it's the importance of planning. And we gotta get the ever important eyelid. Doing the eyelid before the eye. Why? Cause shape. Alright, to be this guy. Let me look inside. You need some thickness on him, but I think with the ears, it might cause some double thickness, so we gotta get rid of that. The reason we want to delete that is because it can really mess up deformation. There's too many faces in there and angles, and they keep touching. But you know, it's also nice just to clean up loose ends like that. I'm thinking some type of mask, and this area not masked, the area everywhere else masked, so that the teeth only show in the mouth. But then there's like, you know, two planes that are both sides of the teeth, so we can move it up and down, have it connected to the mouth, and move that around, and animate stuff like that, and have it still look good. We just gotta make sure like it's actually masked in game. See, Gravy, you literally only start complaining when I turn on the camera. Like what? What can be so wrong, Gravy? Me not letting you on my lap for another 7.5 hours? Great, Gravy. You have to get a grip. You just have to. Doesn't work. doesn't know which way to flatten it. Mm-hmm. Gravy, we know you have a lot to say. I know you're crying, but what you must know is that you can't cry every half second. It's not flattening the right way still. There we go. We were all glad you said something. Yeah, we turned it into a shape just to turn it into a plane again. Give it the program. Want to look bored, not angry. There we go. And then we're going to want to inset this. Then we're going to want to mirror this. A good model has a lot of tweaks. Alright. His eyes are strangely polygonal. Like, it probably won't matter. It's gonna look better with the textures and shading. Mm. So cute. Let's look at that reference. Yeah. Shaping up to be the greatest of all time. Excuse me. Definitely improved a lot since I made my first 3D model of him. What did I solidify? Stop. But that was literally so long ago. I don't even have it anymore. So it's not really that crazy of a transformation of context. I think I'm gonna angle this back a little bit. Oop, I hit the mic. My bad. Yeah, I think that's eyeball. Oh my. It's really coming together now. Oh, we have to make it. It's always nice when you make the eyes and they don't touch on the inside. There's been an untold number of times where I make the eyes and I'm like, oh, it's finally the perfect shape and size, and I mirror them, and they're literally fused together in there. I'm like, all right, well, that's gonna make rigging fun and interesting. He's so bald. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But he needs his head. He needs his head immediately. Usually I would make like the body, the head, and then I'd make all the clothes and stuff, but I kind of wanted to do face first. Because, I think his design's really cute in 2D, but in 3D, I don't know. Yeah. So, like, just getting the basic features, let me look at it, determines whether or not we're gonna continue. You know what, though? Translate well to 3D. I think so. Yep, and that's how you make a hat, in case you're wondering. That's all you do. You just put the cube on their head, and everything else is complete. There's basically nothing else you have to do. Normally when making clothes, you'd want to like cut the back out. You'd want to make it hollow or whatever. But for this project, I'm not convinced I want to do that because I'm pretty sure this is a magic hat. And we're going for like a really stylized look, as far as I'm aware. But I'm pressing S. Then I'm pressing. You know, because of that stylization, I think what we actually want to do is leave it solid and then fill in the bottom, which is like black. Whoop. Why did that kill it? Okay, well. No word of why it did that. We must have had something else grabbed. Because that was just silly. Before we do more of that, actually, let's just move it back down again. So that's flatter. Then we do this. Because we do, in fact, want to mirror this. I want to make sure the clipping is extra tight because it's super easy to get random holes. Oh yeah, I just have to make sure this is working. Okay. This is kind of like the wrong shape, but I think some sculpting will come in and like fix that more than what we can just do here. We gotta be careful because like every time we pull something, it does like that. It's really easy to split stuff. In this case, at least, we do want two separate halves, though. Gotta make sure we're careful when we're pulling stuff forward if it's in between, because we apply the modifier and it's all messed up. It's just messed up. Like forever.
And there they are. Rescue little rabbits.
There we go. The stars are so big though. Oh wait, no, we're gonna put them sideways. I see. So it's about to be like, well, I don't know about this. How come it removed the mirror before it removed the cuts? The mirror was already there. I actually didn't want to do that. Yeah, you know, I think Blender is just having a tough time today. Yeah, I think we want that. Because this, I just kind of want that. And for the shape, like I want to plump it up here. Then it'll pretty much be perfect. Because we still need room for the fluff. And yeah, we can make a star. We can just do that. Yeah, that one's perfect, no nuts. Only thing we want to do is bevel this. Bevels are kind of the worst for like keeping solid geometry, but it's like the fastest way to do this. So we're just gonna have to deal with it being ugly. It does do this though, when you shade it smooth. Just kind of like, I hate that. I think doing this, yeah. But we have to get both sides. I can see very well. There we go. That smells good. Almost. Wow, that's like dead on. And it's perfect. Okay, now it's perfect. What do you mean they're too big? Actually, I do think I want to thin them up a little. There we go. This is already a much more complex model. I don't know, man. Okay, now we do body. He does, in fact, have a little body. guess he's just wearing like a really long shirt, and it covers the top of his feetsies. Now, I think maybe the rounded one might be a little bit better. It just needs to be like wider. My goodness, got the hiccups or something. These big old dang feet. These giant clown shoes. Yeah, those. They're gonna have to be like basically separate objects because they're gonna be way too close together most of the time for the weight painting to be any help. Because clown shoes. So we'll just make the one clown shoe and then mirror it for looks, and then um, when we rig it, we'll have it parented to the bone instead. And then we won't have to deal with the weight painting issues. You just gotta Ray Manning. Shoes so goddamn big, we ain't even gonna shrink it. We just gonna we just gonna move straight on. Then we just take the front like this. Proportional editing like so. Well, actually, I think it'll be better if we just go like this. Kind of. That's better. I should have circled it before, but I think this will still work. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We clowning now. Just wearing one big boot. I think we actually do want it to pull on the main body, because that's like his shirt. But yeah, you see, they're so close, because he's just such a little guy. Honestly, I don't even think he a little guy enough. I know it's like, what do you mean? I mean, I think bro needs to be even shorter. Look at the shoe going. Oh yeah, it's more like it. Actually, I think that's fine, because he's gonna be like the most stretched out he ever is. Once we get to like his idle animation, will be more scrunched like this. We have to make the scrunching. We can't just scrunch him by default, or it'll be really hard to animate. And all the modeling we did today be for nothing. Well, I guess it'll be good practice or whatever. But I'm tired of practice. And then his mega long arms. Why don't I just shrink the whole thing? Arms long enough? Think so. No, this is gonna need a lot of loop cuts because this is gonna be mega floppy. Like floppier than you ever seen anything. This thing gonna be bending like a snake every which way. That does have the benefit that the loop cuts are on the same direction. And so all we need is the trim for here, and the details. These little pom-poms. And yeah, like honestly, his palms, you just do like this. It's a miracle. He is so baby. Did you see a little kitten? What was that? We only have adult cats here, and they're all spayed and neutered. Nobody better have dropped off some baby cats at my door. What do I look like? Charity. Like this. Like this. Nah. It'll just be easier if we just extrude it. Oh my gosh, stop. Like this. And then like this. And then. Yippee! Pretty cool, right? Just having it as cubes makes it shade completely differently. It's kind of cool looking though. As Bob Ross would say. Sometimes we have happy little accents like that. Wait, can I just grab the whole thing? Yes. I had to ungrip the rest of these. Excuse me. I don't know. It'd be more work. Let me just try this. Yeah, that changes it. Because I do think it's cool, but once we get to texturing, I kind of want this area to react similarly to the rest of the clothes. Because it's gonna look identical when we put a texture on it. It's gonna have this like strangely shiny matte. And it's also going to be way lower poly. Which basically just means the textures are gonna look better. Like, so beautiful. It's like a little flower. If we flatten that. Just extrude in a little bit. Perfect. Now that reads his sleeve. If you're a clown. If you're not a clown, you're probably still wondering what even is going on. Magnificent. Okay, now we just did the same thing over here. We don't actually want to hug the skull. Want a little gap around it. Looks a bit weird. Does follow the line though. I think maybe we do just want to get closer. It has a split in it, and even after we made it so close together, you see it still didn't connect somehow. Now we have to manually do this. And sometimes you only find out when you start rigging and you're like, why is my model splitting in half? It's like, look at how close they are and they still didn't merge. It's just ridiculous. Now we have to select all that again. Oh dang, we can't. It's not like together anymore. Say that we select that better. Oh, the cubes just look a little weird on the hat. I think I'll just back space. Alright, we'll just make a separate thing since that was the plan all along anyways. But we can actually still use this selection. Duplicate it like that. Separate selection. Turn this back. What if we use some displacement? I think we just do it by hand. Let's check our reference. I think that's everything we needed to make. I mean, there's still the teeth, but we're gonna draw a separate image for that. That's more like texture work. So the next time that I stream Blender, probably be texturing this. Until then, farewell. Pretty good stream, all things considered.